Hey there, Aries. Welcome back. Come on in, grab a seat, and join us. First card out we have is the Knight of Cups. So you might be getting, looks like you might be getting a offer, or you're thinking about giving an offer, a love offer to somebody. Yes. Somebody's definitely looking within. Okay. So somebody's definitely looking within. I don't think this is you. I think this is somebody around you that wants to give you a love offer. Excuse me. Um I don't see this being rejected though. It looks like a sure thing. Looks like some kind of happiness going on here. Okay, so somebody might be worried about finances or about their business. Might be something that's holding them back at this time. There's a level of knowledge around this. Like somebody knows what another person's reaction is going to be. That's what I'm hearing. So somebody already knows that somebody's going to accept that offer. Tell me about this happiness. Something about somebody standing up and talking about the truth or speaking the truth, being very determined here is what's making this person happy. Like somebody wants to unload their burdens. Not really unload their burdens. I wouldn't call it burdens in this situation. This is more like somebody wants to unload their emotions. Somebody wants to let it all out so they can be free. Be free to express themselves. Be free to say what they want to say, do what they want to do, hug who they want to hug. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. Somebody wants to be very open. That's what it looks like. Somebody wants to be very open. I feel like somebody has been tied down by their emotions. Okay. And it seems like a lot of it has to do with some unforeseeable financial problems that is holding them down, but they do want this connection. I'm seeing 2 2 and 2 again. That's not a good sign, Aries. I just want you to know that. I'm seeing 2 2 and then 2 again. That's not a good sign. I don't think so. But let me go ahead and dig into that. Excuse me. Let me go ahead and dig into that because 2 2 2, that's not, I don't think that's a good number. Let's see what it says. I'm going to look it up for you guys. It says in the context of angel numbers 222 is often interpreted as a sign of balance, harmony, and spiritual alignment, encouraging you to trust the universe and stay positive. Well, I'll be bad. Okay, so it is a positive. I thought it was negative, but I guess not. Okay. So it means there's a balance here between you and this person. Okay, this love offer that's coming in, there is a balance, and this person wants a balance, a new beginning. This person wants a new beginning. Okay, so this person wants to say something to you or talk to you about this imbalance. There's this wanting to come forward and talk to you, but I feel like you already know. Always remember that the roles can be reversed, guys. So this could be you. Maybe you want to give an offer, okay? And right now financially is just not a good time. Maybe this is a time where you need to be open about it and be like, well, you know what, I would love to move in with you. I would love to get that apartment or do this or do that, but right now it's just not the right time. So it might be you and one that needs to speak up and be like, you know what, finances are really bad. But you know what, I'm gonna tell you something, finances are bad for everybody right now. Seriously, like all my money, it just keeps going to groceries. Seriously, just goes to groceries. That's it. Just groceries. What'd you buy this month? Groceries. What'd you buy last month? Groceries. It's like every month it's just groceries. Mm. This person might also want to talk to you about them moving on from another relationship. Okay, so this might be something that they want to talk to you about. This could also be something that is really is the one thing that's causing them to lose money. So that might be another thing that's coming into this reading is that this person is already stuck in a relationship or some kind of financial bind. Ugh, can't talk. So they might be in a financial bind. It doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship, like, a boyfriend girlfriend type of thing, or a wife or husband type of thing. It doesn't have to be, but it could be. Okay. It seems like this person is connected to somebody, whoever this person is. They're connected to somebody who is spending recklessly, spending a lot of money, um, just throwing the money away. According to this person, like just somebody that they're connected to financially is throwing their money away. That's how they feel about it. Okay, they feel like that person is wasting their money, and this is why this person is going through financial issues, and this is why they want to make some plans with you. Well, it's not why they want to make plans with you, it's what's holding them back. Okay, so they might have some kind of responsibilities here. They do want to put everything on the table. Like this person wants to come to you and throw everything on the table and be like, hey, Aries, I would love to get together with you. Like I see this person wanting to be very truthful. This person could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This person could also be an air sign, a Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini. Okay. And this person wants to just be truthful, be honest, and just like throw everything on the table and be like, this is what's going on. This is what's holding me back. This is what this person is doing. This person is spending all my money on frivolous things, and I'm broke. And I feel like this. Like you might even with the high priestess, it's like you just know. Your intuition just lets you know that something's up, something's going on. Business might not be as good for this person at this time. Um, and you know what? There's a lot of that going on right now. So yeah, this person just needs to hold on a little longer because things will get better. We go through bad times, we go through good times, right? Right now it's a bad time. Everybody's going through some kind of hardship right now, right? But eventually things are going to get better, right? So just tell that person, let them know. They just got to hold on. It's not always bad. Just like there's not always going to be good times, there's not always going to be bad times. We just got to get through the bad times together without going crazy and acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep our senses about us. Um, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying that this person's acting a fool. I'm just throwing that out there, like, because people are acting crazy nowadays, right? This person is going to be expecting you to have some kind of judgment. They are expecting a happy home. Okay, they are expecting something happy here. What is it that they're holding back on? They're definitely holding back something here. Let me see. They're holding back about some kind of depression. And you know what, guys? That's crazy because the reading I did before this one was about somebody going through depression, and then my camera went out on me. So, yeah, I didn't get to finish that reading. I was going to go ahead and just do a black screen and just tell y'all about it, but I decided not to. I decided to go ahead and do another one. But here it is. It's coming back again. This is like a extension of the reading I just did a minute ago. So this person is going through some kind of depression, okay? They just don't have this could be like the energy. They just don't have the energy right now to do something. They're going through depression. Yeah. They can't see things clearly right now. It's like they're in the middle of this storm. They're in the middle of this very bad snowstorm. I don't know if you've ever been in a snowstorm, but if you have, you'll know you could barely see like 2 feet ahead of you. That's how this person is feeling right now. Like they could barely see 2 feet ahead of them. I mean, they're looking forward to this, like leaving the past behind, and I mean, they really are looking forward to that, to being able to have a future, plan a future. But there is something here that's holding them back, and it looks like it has something to do with their mental health. You know, and it might be because of depression. They feel like they're going in circles. They feel like they're going in circles with this person. So they are connected to somebody who's wasting their money, and they feel like they're just going in circles. It's causing them a lot of frustration. That third party is just, I'm just going to say it, that third party is putting them through the ringer. They feel like they just keep going back to the same thing over and over again. No wonder they're depressed. I'm depressed just reading it. Yeah, I think it's affecting this person's health. They're realizing that this is affecting their health. They want forgiveness for something. Yeah. They want some kind of forgiveness. This forgiveness might be, I don't know. This might be something about their depression. They want forgiveness because of a loss of a home, or a loss of family, or this could be like they want forgiveness for causing problems in a family, or causing problems around a house, a home. Yes. This person is looking at this as a time to make a decision. They want to end something so they could begin something. They want an ending so they could have a new beginning. They are throwing their faith. Yeah, your person is throwing all their faith into this. They're thinking, hey, let's get this moving on. They're tired. Yes, this person is tired. They want stability in their life, and they can't find it with that other person. And they know it. That's what it is. They know it. That's what's being revealed here. It's this. This is the truth that they want to speak about. The imbalance, the loss of this cup that they had with you. That's what it is. They had a cup with you. They had a full cup, where you were exchanging cups. Everything was good. And they had that with you, and now they don't have that anymore. They want a second chance. I'm hearing for one of you, this person wants a second chance. For another one of you, this is the first chance. You know what I mean? But for one of you, this is definitely a second chance. They might be worried that you've moved on already, or you have already made up your mind. Let me see. Yeah, we have the 5 of flowers for the 6. Um, yeah, that is causing this person a lot of chaos. It's causing them a lot of mental conflict. The feeling that you have completely moved on. It doesn't mean necessarily that you've moved on and got into another relationship. No, but it means that you have cut that emotional bond that you had with them. That kind of feeling, like that bond that you had with them is gone. You know, yes. Tell me more about the 5 of Pentacles. This person's very worried about this, about heartache. They're scared about being rejected. Okay, so because we have the 3 of flowers with the 5 of Pentacles, I feel like this person is very worried that you will reject them, and they're gonna have to go off alone, be alone, off alone. This person doesn't want to plan this. They don't want to. They don't want to accept that you might reject them. Okay, this is something that this person doesn't want to deal with at all. Like they don't even want to think about it. They don't want to think about it. They don't want to deal with it. They kind of like want to stay on the optimistic side of things, be more optimistic. Like, Like, yes, you were going to accept them back, you know. This could be a father figure, guys, okay? With this card coming out, this person could be a father figure. This person can also be realizing that they have made some wrong decisions. They have judged wrong. Yes. But they're hoping for this Nine of Cups. Ooh, what else came out? They are hoping for this Nine of Cups. There is a level of immaturity when it comes to this person. So if you reject them, just be ready for this person to act very immature, okay? Or become extremely moody, okay? Because this is something that is coming out. Like, if you reject them, expect them to be very moody. But this is very contradicting. Let me find out more about that. Why is the Nine of Cups there? Let's see what comes out for the Nine of Cups. Cool. So this person, okay, so what I'm getting is that this person is like planning their reaction. Okay? So if you don't accept them back, if you break their heart, this person is going to pout. This person is going to be moody. This person is going to like turn their back on you. And I don't know why, but it's reminding me of my pup. Like my poopers, when he doesn't get his way, he pouts and he gets moody, you know, that kind of thing. Hmm. This person feels like they're being held back here. Yeah, they have a fear of the unknown, so your reaction, that's the unknown. That's what their fear is. And since things are not going so good financially, I feel like it's affecting their confidence. So it's giving me this vibe that it might be a male. The reason why is because men take it harder when they don't make money. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard that when things are falling apart for men. I mean, it's hard for women, especially if you've been an independent woman most of your life, and then all of a sudden you don't have money, right? I mean, it affects you. But I've heard that it affects men more. Like, I think because we judge ourselves, and then when we lose our jobs or we don't have enough money, we judge ourselves. But for men, it's more of a societal expectation, so they feel like they have more pressure. Just like women have more pressure to keep the house clean, and when people come over, even though you and your husband work, right, you still feel like people are looking at you like, why isn't your house clean? You know what I mean? Even though you and your husband both work, you still feel the pressure of the house on you, right? As a female, right? And I've heard for men, it's like that when it comes to jobs or income, right? So that's why I feel like this is a male. And plus, two, I'm seeing a father figure over here, so it's making me feel like this is a male. Could be a male, or it could be a female who's just so used to being independent, been an independent person her whole life, which could be traumatizing. You've been independent your whole life, and all of a sudden you don't have no money. That alone can cause somebody to go through depression. Okay, but anyways, this person, it's affecting their confidence. This whole thing about them not being able to um you know pay their part of things or something like that is causing this. Not only that, but this person knows that they need to get your forgiveness. Nothing's gonna get better until you give them your forgiveness, and they know that. And that is something that's really stressing this person out and making them feel very depressed because they know they messed up. And this is for one of you who had a family or you had a home with this person. They know that they're the ones that did this. They did this. They messed this up. They are the ones that messed up this happy home, and they know it. That's why they're like with their tail between their legs. I'm getting a puppy in my third eye. You know, like a puppy does, they put their tail between their legs, when they are like trying to apologize or they're nervous, they do that. That's what I'm getting. This person is coming to you with their tail between their legs. Okay, so this is what I have for you, Aries. This person wants to come back. This person is very worried that you're gonna break their heart. They have a lot of pressure about finances, and this third party is being very foolish at this time, being very reckless with the money. I think that third party wants to live a certain kind of life. Okay, it seems like it's all about appearances. So that third party might be wanting to keep up with the Jones, that kind of energy. Okay, and that's what I'm getting. I think that alone is giving this person a lot of stress. It reminds me of this guy I worked with. His ex-wife spent a lot of money. Oh, guys, he was telling me this was like in the 90s or the early 2000s. Um, his wife was spending thousands of dollars to be part of a country club just because she wanted to be able to say that she belonged to that club. And it was like, to be a part of that club, you had to pay like 10,000 for the year. So to be a member, and for him and her, I think it was like 15,000 for the two of them. Because I asked him, I was like, "Why are you working here? I thought you were making good money." Because he owned a storage unit and he owned some stuff, and he told me that his wife, she just bled him dry. And because the people that were a part of that club dressed a certain kind of way, she felt like she had to dress a certain kind of way. So that meant that she needed, $500 dresses and $300 pairs of shoes, and stuff like that. And she wasn't working, so he was dipping into his money to give to her so she could go to the clubs. And then on top of that, at the clubs, they would have like where they would raise money for different reasons, and she wanted to donate so people would look up to her. So there he goes, donating thousands of dollars, and it got to the point where they were going in debt. So finally, it got to the point where he couldn't run his businesses anymore. They ended up getting divorced, and that's how I met him at work. He was working with me at I was working downtown in San Antonio, and yeah, that's how he ended up working there. Anyways, this is something what your person is going through. Okay, that third party is just grinding them down into the ground. They're embarrassed, basically, that they're dealing with that. Okay. All right, guys, catch me in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye.